Welcome to another session of Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. When we left our investigators, they had just made several shocking discoveries. Julian had just made the shocking discovery that a hateful and wicked force was trying to take him over after using the talking board. And it had wanted him to stab Dr. Jensen. Dr. Jensen had just made the discovery that he recognized the face of Stanley Reynolds in the mercantile window. And, perhaps most importantly of all, Sofie and Mercy had just made the discovery that Stanley had small clothes for dolls for sale.
Yes.
The kind that you could put a tiny cat in. And with a little work, might even be able to fit Yorts in.
Ha!
That was the big takeaway, right? That was the big thing?
Yeah.
That's why we were mad at you last time.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, we're done with the mystery now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
That's the most important part. This is a Cats in Costumes podcast now.
No, now I'm going to listen to it.
Hey!
But
All right. Now, one of those items we probably should explore a little bit more. Bill. Dr. Jensen pauses outside the window of the mercantile, looking in and seeing this familiar face. However, it just doesn't make sense to him. He saw this face years ago, back in the war. And then little details begin to hit him as the rain falls down around him outside. Rain usually falls outside of you. He's staring at this man's face and noticing these small details. The color of his beard and mustache is a little bit different. There are a few crow's feet around the corner of his eyes that didn't quite match Dr. Jensen's memory. However, you know someone in this man's family. You've seen him so many times in your nightmares. You remember that face, but you're struggling to remember the name. Can I get a learning test from Dr. Jensen?
Oh, do I have to? That's the first roll of the game.
You get to ignore conditions. You're fine.
You don't have to. You get to.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you'd like to fail, you could just do that.
Oh, well. If we're just going to jump to the end, I mean... Okay, so... I do get to ignore mental conditions on learning tests. So that will be... 6 dice. That is 1 success on 6 dice.
All right, 1 success is enough. It takes you just a second, and then the name comes back to you. Captain Jameson Reynolds. That was the person you were operating on and had just saved the life of during that attack in the Battle of the Wilderness.
My God.
You know, this man must be his little brother.
I'll hurry in upon realizing this. There'll be a little bit of hitch in my step if Julian, and I'll actually leave Julian behind. I'll be focused on just coming inside.
Stanley Reynolds is excitedly sharing the small doll costume that his wife Adelia had made, that he's more than willing to sell you. It is a little fisherman's coat, and he thinks with just a little bit of work, you could probably get Yorts in there. You just have to let out the back a little bit.
I'm making fan art of this immediately, of my own my own cat character. I'm going to do it.
Wouldn't that be canonical art then?
You're right. It's totally canon.
Aaron, you're upgraded from fan artist to show artist now.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, you guys. I've been trying to get a canon for the library for the past, 8 episodes, and you guys keep turning me down, so whatever.
I was totally for it last time.
If you draw it, Phoenix, then it would be canon.
I don't know if we want Julian drawing cannons. That might turn out inappropriate.
Oh, yeah. There's some pinup kind of action happening there.
So, listeners, speaking of fan art,
Draw your best pinup Julian. If you do, I will send you a copy of the Vaesen book by Johann Egerkrans.
Yes.
Listener, I'll do it. Dr. Jensen runs into the room, a little bit of a hitch in his stride, and without missing a beat, Stanley kind of turns to him and goes, welcome inside. Come in, out of the rain. How can I help you today?
I'm sorry. Are you related to fuck? Are you related to Matthias? God damn it, I can't hold on to people's names for the life of me.
Bill, of all the names I expected you to remember on this show, Jameson was up on the list.
Damn it.
Your whiskey-themed character of all the possible names.
No, and you said it, and I remember thinking that it's like the whiskey.
Surely there's no way I can forget this one. I love the idea of Dr. Jensen runs and goes, "Are you related to someone?" And Mercy's like, "I'm right here."
you're related to that, don't tell me, it was Jack.
Mhm.
Daniels?
Are you related to Bathtub Gin?
Dr. Moonshine? Paging Dr. Moonshine?
Oh, God.
All right. Dr. Jensen will come in, just not even trying to wipe rain away from his face after even being greeted. And he will just kind of have dumbfounded and almost kind of lost. Like, you bear a striking resemblance. Are you by any way related to Jameson Reynolds?
And that definitely kind of causes him to miss a beat for a second. And he looks just a tiny bit shaken. And then puts on that salesman persona again. Oh, it's a name I haven't heard in a little bit. What? Did you know my older brother?
You could easily say that. During the Battle of the Wilderness, I was operating on him before I was captured.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The last I saw, he looked like he would make it. Did he make it home?
He kind of winces a little bit. I'm afraid not.
Oh.
Mercy's gonna be kind of slowly walking up behind Dr. Jensen and just kind of standing just slightly behind him, but not saying anything, but just kind of being a presence there.
Dr. Jensen will kind of come to realize he's just
sopping wet.
just kind of, and then as he's kind of fleeing, he will catch that Mercy's right. Oh, Mercy, I'm so. He'll take a step back to just try not splash her, and then he'll pause again. Oh, my goodness, Mercy, I'm sorry. I think I just realized the connection to you as well.
She'll kind of just blink and very particularly turn towards you and nod her head in acknowledgement while ignoring Stanley.
You can see that Stanley kind of looks from Mercy to Dr. Jensen to Julian, who's just coming in, over to Sofie. I'm so sorry. What brings you to Vashon?
We heard that there was some murders, and we were asked to come investigate.
And he grimaces that there have been. Things have been tense with my brother Clyde for a number of years, but things have somehow escalated. I don't know what got into him, but I think he's gone mad.
Gone mad? What do you mean?
I think he's killing members of our family.
You think your brother would be dismembering your own family members? It is truly horrific.
It's the only thing that makes sense. As much as this kind of crime can make sense. Can I get a vigilance test from everybody?
Hoo-hoo. Cool. That's gonna be great. Yeah, on one die, I have no successes.
That's 1 success on 4 dice for Julian.
Out of 8 dice, I got 1 success.
All right. And Aaron?
Guys, I have to roll on roll 20 because all my D6s are downstairs. I'm gonna die. Okay. Holy shit!
Wow, I'm Aaron. I never roll digital dice because they always betray me.
They do.
How'd you do?
This is just to lull me into a false sense of security with the digital dice so that it can take me out at a crucial moment later. That was 3 successes on 7 dice.
Phoenix, would you please get out the fiddle of the neck so we can play the tiniest, saddest violin for her?
No.
Good call. That was a trap.
Also, I just realized that I forgot to subtract my own mental condition, so instead of 4 dice, I should have only been rolling 2, and that is 0 successes on 2 dice.
Got it. All right, well, good news. Sophie's got you covered.
Sophie's third eye is engaged, so you guys don't need to worry.
Hey, the players aren't supposed to know about that yet.
Oh, shit.
So, quick Sophie question. Do you have any mental conditions right now?
I don't. I don't have any conditions because I had a couple.
And then slept it off?
Yeah, I think I had 1 physical and 1 mental because I did get exhausted yesterday because of Stinky.
Feel free to give yourself an extra advantage. Always prepared. Or always observant. Because you frankly crushed it on this roll and you get something extra out of it.
Whee!
And I can't clear your conditions because you don't got any.
Thanks.
So, Mercy, you are a little bit uncomfortable with all of this. You are not paying close attention to Stanley. Julian, you feel a little bit uncomfortable coming back into the mercantile after your last experience here. So you're sort of paying attention, but you're also kind of looking over the canned goods, and you don't see the brand of beans that you found there before.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Brian, because I was just about to ask if I could investigate the beans.
Mm-hmm.
So good to know.
That brand just isn't on the shelves.
By any chance, pardon if I'm making you come up with the name on the fly, do I remember what the original name that I saw on the bean can was?
They were Peacock brand beans.
Peacock brand beans.
And they had a decorative peacock on the front. Bill and Aaron, as the two of you are talking to Stanley for a little bit, you see him kind of keeping his hands busy. However, as he's talking to you, he keeps touching his shoulder and wincing in pain. And anytime he's walking around behind the counter, there's a clear bit of stiffness. He also really seems to be favoring his right arm over his left.
Lucius will kind of narrow his eyes, kind of like tilt his head. Is everything all right with your arm there? I am a doctor.
And as you say it, he winces a little bit. You're a doctor?
I am.
I hate to ask this of you when you just walked into my store, but could I maybe have you look at something real quick? I'll give you a discount.
Sure.
He takes off his jacket and kind of rolls down one of his sleeves. He looks like he got shot a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And I'm not going to make you do any kind of test for this or anything, but you're able to do a little bit of quick patching. You're able to grab some ingredients off the shelves, like a little bit of, I don't know if hydrogen peroxide was invented during this time period, but let's say it was. And some basic bandaging.
Or a strong spirit to clean up the wounds, and then gauze.
Yeah. And Stanley shares that this actually came from his brother. He tried to go out to his hunting cabin to confront him, and his brother took a warning shot at him.
A hunting cabin, you say? How, presumably in the woods, how far from here would you say that is?
He can give you some general directions. It sounds like the cabin is kind of on the edge of the woods, not actually in the woods proper.
Mm.
And the thing we saw was a tent, not a cabin, right?
Correct.
Fanard.
So you put a little hydrogen peroxide on that, as it was the style of the time, and help kind of rebandage it. He'd done a passable job, but it is definitely tough to bandage your own shoulder.
Yeah, just a bit.
And all things considered, it was a fairly small wound by contrast.
But looked to be of like kind of your buckshot variety, or is it actually just a gunshot wound?
It doesn't look like buckshot. It looks like what a rifle could have done.
Oh, okay. So it's an actual bullet versus
versus pellet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He took a warning shot at you for just coming up to the cabin. Any that seems a rather extreme response.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Clearly, living apart from everyone, losing some of his own family has pushed my brother over the edge.
What about we had heard in town there was he'll turn to Julian and Sofie. Abigail, was it?
Adelia?
Adelia. Thank you. My apologies. I'm terrible with names.
Matthias?
Yes, that is my name. Dr. Matthias.
Oh, I was just guessing. I heard that name's all the rage.
We heard in town that she had been attacked. Does she need any assistance? Or can we speak with her? Was she attacked by her brother?
I don't know for sure. Well, I know she isn't saying one way or another that it's Clyde. But I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense.
Do you mind if I see her and just make sure that she's okay?
Of course, you're a doctor. You said Dr. Matthias, yes?
That is correct. Sofie, would you mind coming with me?
Of course.
Well, my wife is in a very rough condition right now. Certainly a doctor coming to see her is one thing, but I don't know that we want to have too many people up there.
Sofie is just my assistant. She'll be able to help me with just making sure everything's fine.
Mercy's going to just kind of stare at Stanley and just kind of take a couple of steps towards where she knows the upstairs is.
He wasn't going to try and stop Mercy. Bill, do you know what it's time for?
To go upstairs and see, Fuck.
Would you roll me a manipulation test? Use those beautiful powers of persuasion. Now, you could get a bonus from your allies.
Okay.
Is there anything that Julian or Mercy or Sofie would try and do to assist Dr. Jensen with this?
No, he's got it.
Again, I'll just kind of, I feel like me just staring at Stanley pointedly and then at the doctor and then upstairs should be an assist.
I'll give you that. And anything from Sofie?
Sofie will take out her little glasses that are in one of her many pockets and assume a very businesslike demeanor. I'm sure your wife would not object to having a woman assist the doctor.
Feel free to take another +1. So that's +2 more dice, Bill.
And honestly, Julian right now is probably actually like
Kind of in his own head.
disappeared around. He's just disappeared around one of the aisles, and you hear just from time to time what sounds like cans being knocked over. I don't suppose any of them land in strange ways, do they, Brian?
Not a 1.
I'll keep trying.
So that's +1 die from Sofie.
+2. +2 total. You get 1 from Mercy, 1 from Sofie.
Well, that'll be 3 dice, but no success.
Do you want to push that die roll?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, get them conditions.
You're so blatant about it, Brian. That's what I love about you.
I was about to say, I've never promised to be anything else.
That is 1 success on 3 dice.
Yes.
All right, there you go. It takes a little cajoling. He does seem genuinely very concerned about his wife and her well-being, and seems to think that having too many people up there at one time could stress her badly. But you kind of persuade him that you are a doctor, this is your excellently talented nurse, you all know exactly what you're doing, you kind of put him at ease, and he's willing to let the 3 of you head upstairs. He thinks he's got a customer somewhere as well. He keeps hearing cans falling.
It's weird.
So the 3 of you head upstairs. The whole first floor of this house has been made into a shop. And the living quarters are up on the 2nd floor. There's a small sitting room that kind of takes up most of the space. And then rooms that go off of it for the kitchen, the bath, a large bedroom, and a smaller bedroom for the kids. Sitting by the window, watching the rain, is Adelia Reynolds. She's in a rocking chair and covered in blankets. She is very, very pale and looks over at the 3 of you.
Oh, hello, Mercy. I don't recognize the people with you, I'm afraid.
Mercy will walk over and kind of like kneel by the rocking chair and say, "This is a doctor and his assistant. They're here to help."
Oh, I'm sure I don't need anything further. How can I help you, Doctor?
Lucius will step forward. Adelia, was it? I had heard in town that you were the terrible victim of an attack. I just wanted to come and make sure that you're all right and check to see that there's no lasting or permanent damage from that, from anything that might have happened to you.
I'm afraid I don't remember things very well from that night. It's all such a blur.
Anything you can remember that might have happened. You were found outside the church, were you not?
Yes. I don't remember what caused me to go that way. I remember how much pain I was in.
Your husband seems to think that a family member was the cause of this. Do you remember being grabbed by anyone or hearing anything that night? And any detail at all might be able to help.
Can I get an observation test from any of you?
Sure.
You hear a clattering of beans downstairs. Everything's okay. We're fine. Knocked over a few more than I meant to.
Well, my very sus streak continues. 3 successes on 8 dice.
And remind us, Aaron, where were those dice rolled?
I don't want to talk about it.
This episode not sponsored by Roll20, but maybe it should have been.
I had 1 dice and no success.
And anything for Mercy? I figured I would ask.
I'm not even trying.
That's the spirit.
Now, Bill, we'll get to what Aaron has discovered in just a moment. As you all are talking, is Dr. Jensen trying to look at her injuries at all, or is he just kind of feeling out the situation?
He would approach her and he'd be trying to essentially kind of see where on her... He wouldn't be like physically examining her yet. He'd just be trying to see
if there's anything obvious,
what he can observe around her. So he would be moving a little bit around the chair and trying to just get until she appears, given her state, that she'd be willing to submit to an exam or something.
Okay. So Dr. Jensen is, per standard, checking on physical health. Mental health doesn't really enter his sphere of awareness.
Yeah.
However, Sofie, she hiding something. As soon as Dr. Jensen brings up the brother Clyde, her eyes kind of slide away, and she stops looking directly at the two of you and starts looking out the window. It feels like a very Mercy move. And her attention comes back to you very quickly, but there was definitely something there. You know for a fact, with your 3 successes, she does not think Clyde is the one who did it. She has a great fondness for him.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
A fondness in quotations?
Perhaps even italics.
Oh.
And there are more details that she is holding back from you right now about the attack.
Is her husband in here? Is Stanley in here with us? Or is he downstairs?
He is still downstairs, making sure the weird bean man doesn't take any of his merchandise.
I'm so sorry. I've just been so clumsy lately. It was a long night. I was up with Dr. Daniels, I believe it was. It's fine. I'll clean this up.
Dr. Monarch.
I'm sure you've heard of me.
Sofie will kneel next to where she's sitting and take her hand and just like really quietly tell her, we would really like to help you and to get to the bottom of this. So if there's anything that you can tell us that could help us solve this, we would very much appreciate it.
She looks you in the eyes, looks over at Mercy, and then kind of looks down as if she's a little embarrassed, and then looks back to you and Dr. Jensen, and in a small voice says, It's about little Frank, my son.
Oh ho ho.
He's not Stanley's son.
Aha.
I don't think.
Mercy's gonna have an expression of just like, well, duh.
I'll say
No surprises.
Right.
If Lucia's gonna hear, like, he's looking to see what Mercy's reaction to this is. If this is a like, oh my god, or if this is like, no, the family kind of knows. Like,
Mercy's like, that's the secret? I'm like, okay.
Mercy, you are very sure that Stanley doesn't know. Adelia looks back and forth. The night of the attack, I heard someone whispering. Someone outside of the home, saying they would tell everyone who little Frank's father is. I couldn't help myself. I
walked outside, as if I was sleepwalking. I didn't know where I was, until suddenly I felt something cut across my leg. I can't remember after that except for running.
Do you mind if I examine your wound?
Hesitantly, she shifts some of the blankets away and lifts up the hem of her skirt a bit. Across the back of her calf, there is a somewhat hastily made bandage. And Bill, you are able to see very angry red lines spreading out from underneath that.
Oh, no.
Can I get a medicine test from you, Dr. Jensen?
Yep.
Aaron or Laura, if either of you have a point of medicine, you could assist with this check.
Pretty sure. Oh, I do. Look at that.
Okay, you legit can have Nurse Sofie assist you.
Sofie has, like, basic experience patching up things with the girls in the house, but that's pretty much it.
So feel free to take an extra die.
Okay. That is 2 successes on 10 dice.
Okay. So Dr. Jensen very quickly establishes there is a bad infection here. However, listener, I'm going to spare you any gross details because I don't want to have to hear them.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah, the one person in the medical profession is like, well, now hang on, we can get into some gross stuff here. Bill, you do some surgeon's work, and you believe she will keep the limb.
Okay.
You think had you not done this, she would probably lose that leg or might die.
Wow. Good job, Dr. M.
Thank you. Thank you, Assistant Sofie. Nurse Sofie is...
You can't even remember titles, Bill.
Who? I'm Matthias.
Touche.
So once he's done, and he'll actually give her a little bit of... sorry, Julian. A couple of sips of the cocoa wine to help her with the through the procedure, and then leave a little bit of the cocoa wine for her after, just for the pain. Make sure you keep you change the bandage daily, and just try to keep it clean. You will hopefully start to feel better soon.
She looks at you through the haze of
Cocaine.
medication. Yeah, through the haze of cocaine.
Doctor, I feel incredible already.
He'll kind of pat her shoulder, like, don't just let that be a sign that you will continue to rest. Don't push yourself.
I'll keep resting, thank you. Doctor, there's one other thing.
Yes.
I don't know why I feel the need to bring it up, but my husband Stanley has been so nervous lately. He won't stop talking about selling Grant's gift.
Mercy's gonna, like, absolutely snap her head up.
Oh, that's right, you're not from around here. After his brother passed away, have you heard about the circumstances?
That would be Jameson, correct?
Poor Mercy's father was sent to Andersonville.
Oh.
You will see, she would kind of see color a little bit drained from Lucius's
Dr. Jensen's face.
Uh-huh. And he'll turn to Mercy. My God, I'm so sorry.
Mercy walks over and just kind of, like, doesn't do a hug, but just kind of leans a little bit into Dr. Jensen and then walks back over to Adelia.
Oh.
Oh.
From what I had been told from Stanley. At an earlier point in the war, Captain Reynolds had saved the life of a promising young officer, one Ulysses Grant.
Oh.
Well, when President Grant eventually found on the rolls the name Jameson Reynolds, he happened to remember the time he lived out here in the Pacific Northwest. And so he, well, through use of presidential power, he just got a large chunk of land. And she kind of rests her hand very lightly on Mercy's. It was to go to his daughter, but
Mercy just turns and stares out the window again.
with the way that ownership rights work and the law and all that, it technically defaulted to his two brothers, but neither could ever agree on what to do with it.
Oh.
And the three of you the two of you, and eventually the three of you, when Phoenix hears about the story later, instantly remember that big parcel of land that was all this undeveloped field outside of Mercy's house that she kept staring at.
Ew.
It seems there's hardly any question of what to do with it. It should go to its intended recipient. I don't understand why there's even a question of it. Just based on integrity alone, ignoring the law.
Mercy will raise one eyebrow at...
My husband is a good man, but they've been fighting about it for so long, they both think of the gift as theirs.
You said he had been acting stressed, worried?
Yes.
More lately? When did that start to occur?
A few months ago.
Was there anything in particular that happened between the brothers at that point?
No, nothing like what's happened now. No, but he's been very nervous, very tightly wound. And he won't let me help with the store's books anymore. I used to do those for years with him. Frankly, have a better head for numbers than he does. When I'm not taking coca wine.
Lucius will kind of turn to Sofie, like, oh. Well, Adelia, we should let you rest. Thank you.
Now that we filled you with cocaine and wine.
Right.
Well, we just want to make sure that infection gets better. And yes, because you're full of cocaine and wine. But yeah, if there's, I don't know if Lucius is more anxious kind of to talk to Sofie about what vaesen this might be, if anything. So I think he's a little anxious to get back to try and get the group back together.
Yep, you can easily head downstairs. Julian, despite searching this store up and down, there is not a Peacock brand of beans. And when you ask Stanley about it, he says that is not a brand he has ever heard of, but he'd be happy to order it for you. You just need to tell him where to get it.
Beans.
The party is quickly able to catch back up. Where are you guys planning on going next?
Sofie, I don't know, but Erin is going downstairs to get a snack.
And her dice.
And her dice! Thank you for reminding me.
Why?
You sure you want to do that?
You're rolling great.
Just in case, when they inevitably betray me, I want to have a backup.
Let's take a quick break then. All right, so the three of you make your way back downstairs, rejoining the party. Where are the four of you going to go now?
You guys, I forgot my fucking dice.
Aw, somebody stuck with roll 20.
Good.
Listen, I have lots of dice up here. I could dig through.
I don't believe you.
Actually, you know what?
Hey, Hannah, cut this part.
No, don't.
All right.
Now that all of you are together, and maybe Aaron has some dice, where are you going next?
Okay, so we marked Adelia off the list. We've talked to Stanley.
I mean, should we go find Clyde?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll also throw this out there. You can briefly return to Walloom if you like, and kind of compare some notes, and I will let you roll to determine what type of vaesen you might be encountering.
I mean, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't know, Brian. Is there a reason that we should be doing that and figuring out what sort of vaesen this might be before we go see Clyde?
That's up to you.
Okay.
It might inform some of the things you do next.
Guys, I think this is a hint from our GM.
So I want to go back to the church. I think something's in the dead house that we missed.
I think this is saying stop going down the bunny trails.
Yeah, maybe we should check out Otto's again.
If I can, just on our way there, I'd like to swing by Josephine's Love Cave, if that would be all right.
Lust Cave.
You know what? I'm always getting those two confused.
Cut his mic.
That is Mike.
You wouldn't dare.
All right, anyways. If you all want to head back to the church, you could try and do that. Bill, for reasons. Basically, you would just need a few minutes to kind of sync up somewhere and be able to figure out what you know and be able to make that learning test.
I was being facetious. I think we should go to the bar or go to Clyde's to discuss.
The group of you all get together and start kind of comparing some notes, discussing what could have been happening. One of you, could be anyone, who knows who, can make a learning test to reveal the type of vaesen that you are facing.
I mean, I don't want to brag, guys, but I could do it with one die.
Wow.
Well, you'll also get a +2 bonus on the roll.
Well, shoot.
See, nothing can go wrong with that plan.
Yeah.
Sounds like you tripled your success.
Aaron, do you want to make the roll? You don't have to, no pressure.
Well, the bean just stepped on my... It's not even food, it's dice. Go away. That's 1 success on 10 dice.
Excellent. Now, you do get a +2 bonus, so feel free to roll 2 more dice.
Oh, shit. Nope. So 1 success on 12 dice.
1 success will give you some information. Do you want to try and push that roll?
This is we're back at the thing, and this is a learning test to do the stuff?
Yep.
Okay, yes. That's... Nuh-uh. That's 5 of the remaining 11, and there are 3 successes on there. I'm going to take a picture of this. Okay. And then I'm rolling how many more? 6 more? 5 and 6, yeah. And that is 2 more successes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes.
All right, so, as usual, Erin has gotten enough that she gets all the information. Aaron, are you ready for all this info?
I'm ready for the, extra 1 sentence that I get for all of that.
It's a lot more than 1 sentence.
Oh, boy.
So, you are conclusively certain, based on all the evidence that you have seen, you have pinpointed the type of vaesen you're encountering.
Hell yeah.
You believe it is a draug, or Aptganger, also known as a revenant.
Ooh.
These creatures are the spirits of wicked humans who died filled with seething loathing and malice, and then returned from beyond the grave.
Shit.
Unlike ghosts, they are made of flesh and blood, and are typically bound to their dead bodies. They are driven by an urge to torment their family and whoever they hated most while they're alive. They are active at night and must hide during the day. The Optganger can discover someone's most shameful secrets with a glance, and uses this knowledge to torment their prey, who they will sometimes eat alive. Now, thankfully, you do know some ways to keep yourself safe. Revenants cannot pass by Christian symbols, or a person wearing a crucifix around their neck. While a revenant cannot approach a Christian symbol, they can use magic to force a person to remove it or take it down. Also, a revenant who fails to return to its lair during the day cannot move, and is left to hurl insults and threats from wherever it's stuck until nightfall. If someone were to bump into one of these day-standing revenants, they will have a stroke and die.
Oh.
The way to banish a revenant is to bury its remains at a Christian cemetery, or to cut off its head, burn its body, and scatter the ashes in the sea. While most Draugr animate their old corpses, some can form a new body if someone attempts to commune with the dead and hateful spirit.
Uh-oh.
If their body is destroyed, a powerful enough revenant can attempt to possess a new host using its spectral body. It can then survive, even if its physical form is destroyed.
This is fine.
Yeah, totally. Banishing the Optganger from a host requires some form of exorcism.
Wow. And we're in the daytime still right now, right?
For a little while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you share that with your companions?
I mean, we're in the bar right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I mean, if you'd like to be, or you could be at Mercy's place, you could be at the barn.
yeah, let's go back to Mercy's house and reconvene there.
You can go back
And
to
then-
Otto's place.
Yeah, we could just go back to Mercy's house, and then I will tell everybody and ask Julian very pointedly, ask him what he has done with the spirit board and ask him to destroy it if he hasn't already.
It's not like, I mean, what kind of silliness would that be if I were just carrying it on me? No, I left it back at Otto's.
Did he really, Bill?
Mhm.
Dr. J? He did? Okay, good.
When I found him, he was holding a knife and didn't look too sane. We didn't look to gather much else after we left that house.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, but
Seems like
it wasn't great.
maybe the Revenant was already trying to get its claws into you.
But Sofie, so these things are driven by immense anger and hatred. Why here? Why now? Or, given that it is here, and given that we have that talking board, we'll kind of pause and look. Mercy, is there anyone in your family that's intrigued or interested in the occult?
Mercy shakes her head.
Do you know anyone on the island that might be interested in the occult?
No.
I think it was likely placed there so that someone would take it and communicate with them.
Well, but my point being, if this revenant formed here, it must have been something from immense hatred. So either it's someone from the family that hates another family member, or someone in the family communed with it, and it got taken over by the revenant.
When you say that with the somebody in the family hates another family member, Mercy's just gonna kind of mouth the word Clyde. And then just kind of like look like she's lost in thought.
Would any of us have noticed that she mouthed the Clyde?
Yeah, you easily could.
Brian, you said that these vaesen are tied to their own bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably not a person. Well, okay. If they're tied to, when you say they're tied to their bodies, do you mean they're tied to the body that they are connected to at this moment, or they're tied to their own actual corpse?
So most revenants will be tied to their own actual corpse. However, it is possible that if one were to use something like a talking board, they might be able to call up the spirit which could form a new body.
Well, it's a good thing none of us have done that.
Yeah. I guess my question is, Dr. Jensen, do you think it's possible that Captain Reynolds would somehow find you responsible for his death? And then he might be targeting the rest of the family because of how greedy they've been in taking the land from his intended recipient?
I would be hard-pressed to consider that he thinks or harbors that hatred for me. As far as I know, I saved his life. I was operating on him, but before in that battle. And
it's just interesting because given that you were a doctor performing, we've talked about this before, performing field surgeries, it's completely understandable that some patients may have perished.
yes,
Whether, not that you are at fault, but just because of the situation. But I don't see how anyone else would be also linked to the Reynolds family.
I guess, GM, is there an inclination that I might be the cause of, or the focus of some hatred from Jameson Reynolds?
I mean, it's hard to say, but somebody wrote your name in blood on a doorway.
Something just doesn't fit right here. This creature feeds off of, or lures people out by whispering their dark secrets. And so far, 3 of those have been on Clyde's side of the family, and 2 have been on Stanley's, with the 3rd, Stanley's wife, surviving the attack.
Right.
Maybe we go talk to Clyde and see what's going on.
Yes, we probably ought to do that.
Mercy's gonna put her hand on Dr. Jensen's arm and just say he wrote letters.
He wrote letters. Do you have any?
He sent 2. He had to have more amputations after you left.
Oh. He lost more than his leg.
Mm-hmm.
Lucius will look a little embarrassed. So he's like, so Sofie might have the truth of this then.
Mercy's just going to go kind of over to her locker where there's a couple of letters and just kind of thumb through them and then bury them under things again. And bring out the remaining amount of the old tub. Whiskey.
Which, Laura, if memory serves, Old Tub Whiskey would eventually become a major brand name, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it would. Became Jim Beam.
Okay.
This episode not sponsored by Jim Beam Whiskey.
Oh, ye who stuck their nose up to my whiskey offering the first time.
So, Laura, is Mercy willing to share some of those letters?
She would be, if asked.
Lucius will, if it's not too much to impose, would I be able to take a look at some of those letters?
She'll hand you a couple of them.
I want to know if your name is mentioned. This is important information.
I will start reading through the letters. Is there anything, or what do I find?
I know this is going to be the most shocking part of this mystery overall. I don't have a handout for this.
What?
This one time. So the letters basically are written with a tone of not expecting them to be delivered.
They're like the ones you find in games where you find it on like a dead body and it's like, Ma, I really miss the smell of your home cooking and whatever, and you know they just died with it.
A little bit, yeah. These are letters written from the Andersonville prison camp.
Oh.
One of the most atrocious human rights violations that happened as part of the Civil War. The tone of them quickly descends into despair. Captain Stanley Reynolds writes repeatedly, "I wish that I had not survived the Battle of the Wilderness to only come here."
Lucius will, if Sophie's very curious about it, he'll let her read them. He'll pull out his flask and take a very long pull.
Mercy will grab it from you and also take a very long pull.
He won't fight it.
Yeah, what I'm specifically looking for is I would like to know if he mentioned that Dr. Jensen is the one who operated on him at the original battle.
You do find a single reference to a doctor. It doesn't mention Dr. Jensen by name.
Okay.
But it says a doctor who saved his life by taking his leg.
Interesting. The thing that I as a player can't reconcile is, like, if the ghost is somebody that views Dr. Jensen as killing them, he says he killed me, then who is somebody that Dr. Jensen supposedly killed? Like, the Captain Reynolds is the perfect candidate for this, but Dr. Jensen didn't kill him. I mean, it would be different if he said he caused me to suffer or something, but no, he says he killed me. So
I mean, you could make the argument that the view is that because I took the leg and kept him alive, he suffered, as opposed to just dying initially.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a stretch given the exact language, but also I feel like I'm not calling out the DM, but there is always a possibility that because somebody decided to get out the Ouija board all of a sudden out of nowhere and use it, that the DM may have been like trying to come up with shit on the fly. That never happens.
No, never. Y'all are super on task all the time, every day.
Yep, exactly. So
we got you.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. It doesn't seem right in that regard, but in every other regard, it seems exactly like the culprit. So,
well, listen, my friends. I feel like we're getting maybe a little bit ahead of ourselves. Whatever may be going on, we have a potentially very dangerous vaesen. I pull out my Bible. Now, I'm okay here. Do we need to swing by the church and get you some protections?
That would probably be a good idea. If the Father's has a couple of extra crucifixes,
I I truly am. I get so irritated by vaesen who you have to repel with religious paraphernalia. I don't want to have to keep that on me all the time. It's so irritating.
So you're saying the Christian symbols repel you?
My God, it was Sofie the whole time.
Makes total sense.
Yeah,
It really does.
it does.
Hang on, I've got to adjust some of my notes. You discovered things too fast.
Indeed, Aaron. Can you tell us a little bit more about your dark secret? I guess not. Never mind.
All right, so in all seriousness, where are you guys going to go next? You've got a couple of threads that you could still follow. There is heading to the church to try and get some supplies. There is heading to Clyde's to follow up with him and get his side of the story.
I do think I agree we should go to the church first and arm ourselves with the trappings of religious structure.
Mercy goes into her chest and grabs out a crucifix on a necklace for herself.
Nice.
All right, and if you are going to head to the church, can I get a learning test from someone as you navigate through this downpour?
Oh, I forgot to take a condition for pushing my roll earlier.
Gee, I wonder which one it'll be.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm always angry. Okay. That's 1.
That's all you need.
Hold on. I only rolled 8, so I can roll 1. No, I can roll 2 more.
We nearly just got Bill to snarf his water.
Okay, yeah, that's only 1 on 10 dice.
I don't think I've ever heard of such a quick, non-flippant, that's all you need.
Now, before she totaled up all 10 dice, I was like, you're good, you got 1. All right, so the 4 of you make your way from Mercy's house. As you are kind of going through this heavy downpour rain, you do see something unexpected along the way. Outside of Walloon, the large bar, you spot Kesu, the woman who works there. There is water pouring down the drain pipe of the building. And you see her just dedicatedly organizing and placing sticks, trying to kind of wall off this little area where all of that water is building up.
Is she a beaver vaesen?
Wait. So the vaesen that... God damn it, Brian.
Yes.
The vaesen that we figured out earlier, that we went to the bar specifically to talk about.
The vaesen who you believe responsible for everything. You believe there are 2 separate vaesen.
Okay.
Mercy's gonna walk over, find a random stick, and give it to her.
Nice.
She takes it, kind of looks at it from a bunch of different angles, and then quickly goes to put it into the small wall that she is building around the drain pipe.
Mercy will nod and then just kind of keep going.
Mercy's like, yeah, totally makes sense.
That's the autism girl. There are beaver vaesen, essentially. Can I make a learning test on her now that I've seen her doing beaver stuff in her natural environment?
I will allow it.
Okay. One, 2, 3.
I think that's just her picking up dice. I don't think that's her counting successes yet.
That's 3 successes on 10 dice.
Never mind, that is her counting successes.
I was right.
Yep. Aaron, Sofie has to really think about this one. And thinking back to all of the books that she has studied in the library, they don't really cover anything like a beaver vaesen. But as Dr. Jensen said it earlier, that's the only thing that could make sense to you. You don't quite know all the specifics, but you are sure she must be in some way connected to beavers.
Well.
Or at least there's a damn good chance she is.
I
mean, we could end the episode there.
Let's just cut it off right now.
All right, so do you all press on, or do you spend some time questioning Kesu?
Do we want to ask her if she's... I mean, the owner of the bar seems...
I think we should just leave her be. I don't feel like she's... I mean, I know, of course, that Dr. Jensen loves nothing more than badgering female-presenting humans with questions or creatures.
It's not just females. It just happened to be females.
It's just everyone. Dr. J loves badgering people. Badgering. You hear that?
Mm-hmm. I did.
See, I can do it too. Thank you, Brian. Anyways, I mean, I don't know. I feel like she's very, like, she's hard to talk to, and also she just seems very, like, innocent.
The only thing that would Dr. Jensen would think to ask her is if she's noticed anything, particularly now related to this reverend. But that's it. If we want to move on, then we can move on. But we know how Dr. Jensen is with his bedside manner, so it's not going to be him asking.
I mean, Julian's already talked to her, and that didn't really garner a lot of information, so...
I was just being polite.
I mean, if Julian can't do it, I don't know who can.
I mean, she seemed to like Julian fine. Roy didn't.
He'll come around.
Jealousy is a terrible color on him. All right, so it sounds like there's probably not too much that you want to ask Kesu at this point. Do you all press on to the church?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. Again, same as before, there's that kind of cover of a moss carpet all over the roof. There is that large crucifix atop the building. And Father Seiji welcomes you back in. Oh, well, welcome back. The Lord be with thee.
Yes, also with you. Good to see you again, my friend, Dr. Father Seiji. Yes. I need to ask a favor.
Of course.
Do you have any extra rosaries available?
Yes. Give me just a moment.
Cool. And I take a moment, I turn around and start literally like counting 1 person, 2 person, 3. Yeah, we're gonna need. So I guess actually, Mercy now has her own. So yeah, we'll need 2, please.
Sure. We have a few things to spare. We're not a big church, obviously, but we've got a few things left around.
It's not the size of the church; it's the depth of your faith.
Only Julian could say that scandalously.
Scathingly, if you will.
Also that.
Okay, I wasn't even going for scandalously. If I'd been going for scandalously, I would have said.
Listener, fill in the blank here.
I mean, all right. If you really want me to say it, if it's
no, we're good. We're good. You're fine. You're fine. Don't even worry about it.
It's not the size of your church. It's the.
That was amazing.
All right. Are the 4 of you planning on heading out to Clyde's after this?
What time is it?
You're not sure. With the heavy storm clouds, it is impossible to say.
I wonder. No, but we were at that tent in the daytime, so if the creature had been, if that was its lair, it would have been there.
I mean, we just need to be careful. We could be wandering around in this for, say, 12 hours and end up in Olala if we're not careful.
Dear
That was
listener,
a visual gag.
dear listener, our GM just gave the double bird to Phoenix.
The double deuce.
Technically, 2 visual gags.
Yeah, I just don't want us to get caught
In the dark.
unawares at night because that's when this creature is active.
Does Mercy still have her saber with her?
You know what? I was just thinking that exact same thing.
Because if we're going to get caught at night, I'd rather one of us have that saber.
Of course, she has her saber with her. You guys gave her a saber. She's not going to let it go.
Hey, what is this, you guys?
Fair. You, Julian, gave her a saber.
Thank you, Uncle Moneybags.
She is not going to let it go.
Anywho, yes. So, all right, we are equipped.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally not a suspicious time of night that we can't figure out what time of day it is. It's totally cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess, my friends, it is time to make our way to go see Clyde.
All right. The 4 of you head off. Mercy has a general idea of where this might be. However, what the 4 of you don't see is the glimmering eyes watching you from the woods,
Yeah.
which are shining and reflecting with a pattern of light like the aurora borealis, before they suddenly wink closed.
Oh no.
But we'll find out what those are next time.
Oh crap. Weren't those looking at us before too, when we were trying to get away from the
From that campsite?
yeah.
They sure were.
I'm scared.
You'll find out more next time, though.
No, jeez.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. Our theme song is Myths and Legends by Robert Bruckmeyer and is playing right now. Our episode music is from the incredible Andreas Lundstrom's RPG soundtracks, and you can hear more of his work on the Sweden Rolls podcast. Our editor is Hannah Cheney. If you've enjoyed the show, it would mean the world to all of us if you could share it with a friend. Or an acquaintance, a stranger, even an enemy. We're not super picky. However, it is the single best way to help us get new listeners and continue to grow. If you've really enjoyed the show and you want to let the world know just how much, we are launching a storefront where you can buy some cool gear and a Patreon. You'll find the links in our show notes. We'll be looking forward to sharing more stories of the vaesen in the Pacific Northwest. But until then, remember the motto of the library. Fear gives way to knowledge. Knowledge gives way to wisdom. And wisdom gives way to the truth. Until next time.
Go away.
Aaron, for fuck's
Oh,
sake!
God. I'm sorry. I muted myself and he just fucking. How do you. There's not even a hotkey for unmuting in this game. I muted specifically so I could put my dice back in the thing.
And then the
And
bean undid it.
jumps over here. How
He is truly the Yorts.
I truly. God damn it. Sorry. Okay.
Anyways. The best part will be she's going to need to roll those dice in a minute.